For the seated Kegel reverse Kegel breathing, we're getting the pelvic floor engaged. Now, what you'll notice here is I'm inhaling, and these diaphragms of the pelvic floor are like slings going across. Now, as I inhale and expand, it'll push down. So using the hand between the hips is going to give you a tactile feedback to push into. That's a reverse Kegel, where I'm expanding. As I contract, that's going to pull back up into my body into a Kegel. So I'm getting back and forth. Now you notice here as I inhale, if my stomach billows out, that's a form of belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, which isn't a problem, but is not what we want because most people get very focused on this stomach in and out, and they don't actually engage the pelvic floor at all. And most people don't even think about the pelvic floor unless they're in a pregnancy situation. Now, the problem is that this is actually the control center because it controls a lot of the tissue that's coming up and through the body. And so if our pelvic floor is stiff and rigid, it's going to cause a lot of problems with our low back, our sexual function, our overall bowel movements. Not good. So you notice as I inhale, my stomach and my diaphragm and pelvic floor expand and pull up and down. So it's not that the stomach opens up, it's that the rib cage comes up and the pelvic floor drops down. That's a reverse Kegel, basically an expansion of the entire system. As I contract, that presses in. As I'm pulling the pelvic floor up, I'm squeezing the sphincters around my pelvic floor and pulling it up into my body. You'll notice the different positions. You can sit in a box, you can sit in a cross-legged position, you can sit on the floor, you can sit in one leg down. These are all just different positions to help you get better feedback for what you're doing. But the thing is, you have to focus on the breath in and out, and focus on the smoothness and fluidity of your contraction of the pelvic floor and your ability to relax. The contraction is the Kegel, the relaxation is the reverse Kegel. Practice this and bring this into your everyday life, and you'll see a much better function and focus of the tissue at your pelvic floor.